All right. Hello and good morning, Internet. How are you doing today? I hope everybody is well. My goodness, we are a whole 2 weeks into this campaign, and my gosh, it's going really well. I think that's sort of an understatement at this point. Um, I am just over the moon with how things are going, and this book is coming to fruition. So if you're not sure what we're talking about this big, beautiful, oversized art book called One Bite at a Time. You can find it at onebiteatatimebook.com. That'll take you straight to the Kickstarter page where you can check out over 250 pages of glory from my past 20 years of creating comics, illustration, and design. So I've designed everything from neon signs to wristwatches to fancy pancakes and a whole lot more. And it's all going to be in there showcased with a heavy theme of process. So essentially, each one of these showcase images is going to be paired with a page of copious process imagery behind the scenes stuff showing how each piece came to be. So you'll see things like the original thumbnail images that I created to figure out what direction I was going to go on the project, to the pencils, inks, colors, sometimes inspiration for the project itself. But this project, which you can find at One Bite at a Time book, is currently being kickstarted right now in the month of November 2023. So if you'd like to check it out, you can find it at onebiteatatimebook.com. And over there, we've got over 200 backers who have already pledged and will be getting this book upon the successful completion of this campaign. So, along with the book, we've been having some fun over there, and I've been playing some games with my backers. And this past week, we did a 2 week celebration. I wanted to just send out some appreciation for the backers that have already jumped on and made this campaign a success. And I basically just asked them a question. I said, "Hey, why did you jump on this project? Why did you pledge for this book?" And there were, well, let's share the screen. I'll show you. There were a ton of really incredible, humbling comments throughout the comments page, the comments section of the campaign. Just I'm beside myself. Thank you to everyone who said such kind words and entered into this game. In fact, today, right now, I am going to randomly pick a name out of those folks I just showed you, and we are going to see who wins this week's game. And the winner receives their choice from my back catalog of books. So essentially, if somebody has pledged for the campaign and they said some nice things on the comments there, I'm tossing their name in this random name picker, spinning it right now, and whoever's name this lands on is going to get their choice of book from me. So let's see who this might be, Derek. Randy, Randy, you are the winner for this week's game. Congratulations. I will be in touch with you about what book you'd like of mine, in addition to One Bite at a Time, of course. And speaking of One Bite at a Time, I thought I would also make mention of this project that I've been working on for about 5 years at this point. In fact, if you take into account all the work within, it's 20 years in the making. So, as I mentioned before, this is 20 years of my work in comics, art, and design. And it's really showcasing this in a process heavy way. So here's an example of one of the comics that I've made. This is A Hunter's Tale, and it's paired with a page of my grandfather's poetry. That's because this comic was a comics adaptation of my grandfather's poem. And you'll see things like the half dozen thumbnail images that I went through to try to figure out what this cover design was going to look like, and then the final pencils and the final inks, and then you'll see on the right hand page the final book itself. But there's not just comics in this book, although there's, a fair number of comics. There's also things like illustrations and neon design and watch designs. And over the course of all this, you'll see things like my working process with clients. For example, I've got a few different sketches here that I've done to promote, not promote, I'm sorry, to make our way toward a suitable design for the neon sign. And then the client will choose one of these. We'll move forward with color comps. And at that point, once the color comp is chosen, we move forward with the final fabricated piece. And you'll get to see all this process work come to fruition throughout the book. But in addition to the content, I'm also really excited about the formatting for this book. So, just for example, here is a page of original artwork from a past book of mine called Coin Op Carnival. And you'll get to see things like the original blue line pencils that I did to begin with, and then the inks on top of that, and the double stroke lines to highlight the character. Even the texture of the page is shown up. This is a really nice high resolution scan. But it's not simply a print of the original artwork. The original artwork is paired with a page of final cleaned and colored art, and that original artwork has a few die cut holes therein so that it can reveal that finished artwork behind it. So you can see the before in the original art, the after in the colored piece, or the before and after at the same time as they overlay one another. In addition to die cut holes in the book, you'll also see things like vellum overlays, gatefold pages, textured pages, embossing, and that's just inside the book. If we scroll up here to the book itself, you can see that the book is going to be a dual cloth bound book. So this is actual cloth, not just paper covering the book. It will also have dual foil stamping on the cover, spine, and back images, along with copper gilding on the page edges, built-in ribbon bookmark, color-matched head and tail bands. I threw everything in the kitchen sink at this book. I made it everything I wanted it to be, and I'm so thankful that so many backers have come out in support of this. So many so that we are on to our stretch goals for this campaign. So, for those who are unaware of crowdfunding jargon, essentially stretch goals are something that might happen when a campaign reaches its funding goal. And then we want to see if we can stretch this campaign a little further. I would like to get this project into as many people's hands as I possibly can. So I want to see if we can bump this up to 205 backers. So currently we are at 203 backers. So if two more people today, two more people before the end of the campaign, jump on here and grab a book, then everybody is going to get a free audio commentary along with free mobile wallpapers. So essentially, these stretch goals are sweetening the proverbial pot for every single backer, whether they are existing or coming to the campaign from now, moving into the future until the end of the month. Every single backer is going to get more for their same price of entry. So there's never been a better time to hop on this campaign. It's only happening throughout the month of November. So if you want things like 17% off the cover price of this book plus free shipping, that is not an offer that's going to be around after this campaign. This book is going to retail for $59.95 when the campaign is said and done. But if you hop on right now, I am rewarding early adopters with 17% off cover price and shipping it to US residents free of charge. It also ships worldwide, but I've got to charge a little bit for that. But if you are in the US, this thing just shows up at your door, no questions asked. Okay. So we've also got a number of other really exciting rewards here, like you can bump up your reward tier to a signed book with a print that is signed and numbered and a physical patch. So here is the patch. I've actually got these in hand and they look amazing. In fact, I've ironed it onto my backpack and I've been running around with it for the past couple months or so. Really durable, looks fantastic. And that tier also comes with this raised copper foil print. I've tried to take some videos here to show you what that looks like and some macro photography to kind of highlight that raised copper foil imagery on the print itself. And then if that's not enough, we've also got a book club tier. So after the campaign is over and everybody receives their book, I am going to organize a group of folks who pledge to this reward tier and above and say, hey, let's get together and chat. So I'm going to give an invitation only book discussion with me. I'll deliver a presentation, sort of some behind the scenes on the book itself, and open it up to some Q&A afterward, and then we'll just hang out and have some fun together. So I've also got some retailer rewards. So if you're a retailer, I've not forgotten about you. You can get 5 copies of the book at 50% off cover price plus free shipping. So I'm looking out for you retailers, and this reward is not restricted to retailers. If you simply want a pack of beautiful books to gift to friends and family, this would be a great reward tier to jump into as well. And something that I want to mention is that this book has the option of having a custom clamshell book box included. So this is a custom fit, custom designed box that will protect and feature your book. Essentially, it's created with the same materials as the book cover itself, that brown and teal cloth. It's got the dual foil stamping all around on the front, spine, and back of the book box itself to match the book. Even the box paper that you see here is a color matched paper that will match the copper gilding of the page edges of the book itself. So this is really a premium product that I'll be offering only during this campaign. And there's a number of other tiers that have sold out, so won't mention that. But you also have the opportunity of adding on items. So if you don't see a reward tier that you like, you can custom create your own reward tier. And if there's some back catalog work of mine that you'd like to catch up on, there's also an add-on menu for that. So here are a number of my books from the past. We mentioned those stretch goals, but one more thing I'd like to mention before I sign off here is the green guarantee. Essentially, for every single backer of this campaign, I've partnered with a reforestation organization called One Tree Planted, and together we are going to plant 1 tree for every single backer of this campaign. So if you weren't convinced before, I hope you will be now. And if you are a first-time crowdfunder, don't sweat it. I've even got a video that you can find on my channel right here that will walk you through how to pledge to this campaign, even if it's your very first time. So please jump on board. I'd love to see you there. OneBiteAtATimeBook.com will get you straight there. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out this month. But I am so excited to share this book with folks. So thank you, thank you, thank you to all the over 200 backers. It just blows my mind. Thank you to the more than 200 backers across the world. You know, there's over 10 countries that have pledged to this book so far, and it's growing every day. So thank you to all your support. Thank you for allowing this kitchen sink book. You know, I threw everything I wanted to at this book, and it's going to be made thanks to you. Now, if you've not jumped on this campaign, you can do so with the peace of mind that it is fully funded. That means you're not pledging to a campaign in hopes that it might fund, that maybe you'll see this thing. This project is coming to fruition. So please jump on board. There's only a couple weeks left. One Bite at a Time book will get you straight there. So thank you for everyone's support throughout this campaign. And thank you for your consideration of backing this book.